Hi everyone, welcome to SolarGraph's newest feature, self-service permit plan sets. Today, I'm going to walk you through how to generate your own permit plan set directly on SolarGraph. We'll start off with a project that's already been created. So after you've sold your project, and the next thing you want to do is actually get on the roof. But before you do that, you want to generate a permit plan set to submit to your AHJ and utility to get approval. So what we're going to do is click Create in the top right-hand corner here. This will take us to our project. We already have our roof already drawn for us, and we already have our panels placed. So you want to make sure that your jurisdiction is correct. We're going to go ahead and use our address-based listing. So this project is in Sacramento, California, and we want to make sure that we can actually see our fire setbacks. So we'll click this little eye and toggle on fire setbacks. So our AHJ database is location based, meaning based on your address, we'll select the most local jurisdiction for your codes. So in this instance, it's Sacramento. If there was a city AHJ, we would select the city. If there's no city, we'll go to county level. If there's no county codes, we'll go to the state level. You always do have the option of selecting custom fire setbacks if you'd like as well. So we'll go ahead and hit apply. And then the first thing we want to do is hit the stringing button. We'll click our first panel and work our way across creating our branch circuit. You'll notice that if we go a little bit too far, the electrical validations on the left will eventually give us an error. So you want to make sure that there's no fail notification on the left hand side and that the array does not turn red before you proceed. So we'll have our first branch circuit here. Then we'll make our second one down here as well. Once we do this, we'll hop over to our battery tool to add our battery to this project. If you don't have a battery, you can skip this step and go straight to step 4 and complete your electric circuit. So let's go to step 3, which is our battery tool. We'll use Enphase Energy, IQ Battery 5P, and select Build System. For this example, we'll create a full home backup project. And looks like we're recommended 2 5P batteries. So go ahead and make sure that this is selected, and we'll hop over to our electrical tool. On our electrical tool, we want to complete our circuit. So in order to do that, we'll go ahead and add our AC combiner box. We can add optionally a junction box if you'd like, but since we're using Enphase system, we'll go ahead and go straight to the combiner. So add our combiner here, and you'll notice how the 2 branch circuits auto connect to the combiner. From there, we'll add our AC disconnect. You can also make your disconnect fused or unfused. If you're doing a line side tap, it's recommended to use a fused disconnect. And if you forget to make it fused with a line side tap, we will automatically make it fused for you. You also optionally can add a production meter if you need one, which can be to the left or right of the AC disconnect, meaning on the line side or the load side of the disconnect. We'll go ahead and hop back here to our line diagram. After we add our disconnect, we could add our sub panel or our main panel. If we wanted to do a partial home backup, we would add a sub panel and connect our battery there. But for this demo, we'll just add our main panel and connect our battery here. We could also add our meter number here from our site survey, so it'll show up directly on our single line diagram. We'll leave our service voltage as 240 volts, which is standard in North America, and we'll leave our tie-in as a load side breaker tie-in. However, if you click this drop down, you'll see there's other options like line side connection solar ready, line side tap, load side breaker tie-in with the breaker in the utility meter, and the 2 split bus bar options whether you're tying into the main service panel or the sub panel. We'll leave it as load side breaker tie-in. We'll leave our feed as top fed. We'll leave our existing main breaker at 200 amps and our bus bar rating at 200 as well. Optionally, we can make our meter internal, which means that the utility meter and the main service panel are in one enclosure. If you are doing a main panel upgrade or an MPU, you can click New Panel here. We are going to go ahead and connect our battery to the main panel. As mentioned earlier, this will call for a full home backup. Optionally, we can add a battery disconnect, which is just another disconnect for your batteries if they're really far from the system controller. So we won't do this for this project. Next, we'll go ahead and add our system controller. We'll just do system controller 3. And from there, we've completed our circuit. And before we go to step 5 to generate a permit plan set, we want to generate a single line diagram to preview our SLD to make sure it's correct before we generate the full permit package that we have to pay for. Now that we've generated our SLD preview, which is on the right hand side here, we can pan around to make sure that this is exactly what we wanted. All of our AC wire details are here. Our system controller is here. Our main service panel is behind the system controller because we decided to do a full home backup. You always optionally can download the single line diagram, which will give you a CAD file that you can manipulate and change as you'd like. But we're going to go ahead and just generate the full permit plan set now. We'll go ahead and hop over to step 5. We want to make sure that all of these design parameters are fully filled out, which looks like they are. We'll close this, and then we'll go ahead and first add our electrical markers. You'll see the little star here telling you exactly which electrical markers you need to add before proceeding. We're going to add our battery, so let's just put that over here. Then we will add our utility meter. We'll say that's next to the main panel. We'll add our system controller, which we can just put in here as well. And then we could add our rapid shutdown if we'd like, which in this instance will be part of the system controller. Next, we'll go to our structural details. We'll leave our roof as asphalt shingle. We'll select Everest Solar Systems as our attachment. And our rail, we'll select the Everest Solar Systems Crossrail 48-X. We'll leave our attachments as staggered, which means within each row, the attachments will go up, down, up, down, up, down. We'll say our rafters are 2x4, 24 inches on center, and you have the option to select rafters or trusses. We'll leave it as rafters. We'll go ahead and hit apply, and we'll click this button in the top right hand corner that says Generate Plan Set. This will take us to our final page where we can review all of the work we've done and do any last minute changes. So your project address is here, your client's name is here, your installer details are here along with your company logo. You could add any additional notes to the permit plan set. If you add them here, in this first box, we'll add the notes directly on the plan set on the site and roof plan. If you add any notes here, we'll add them to the electrical plans. Here you could also upload any other PDFs you'd like to see in the permit plan set, and those will automatically be appended to the PDF. Once you're done, you can hit Generate Plan Set, and this will take you back to the home page or the overview page, and you'll see this little indicator spinning, and this will take about 1 to 2 minutes to be able to download the permit plan set, where we'll be able to open that up and we'll have our full PDF ready to submit to our jurisdiction to get approval. Now that our permit plan set is generated, you'll see that this red button turned green and it says purchased. We can always update our plan set. If we click update, it'll take us back to that original flow and we can make any changes and regenerate that permit plan set. You'll only be charged for one permit plan set. So if you need PE stamps or professional engineering review and stamp for either structural or electrical, you can take the generated plan set and email it directly to our team at peteam@enfaceenergy.com, and we will stamp that project for you at an additional cost. So from here, you want to click Download Plan Set, and this is going to go directly onto your hard drive. You'll take the zip folder, you'll extract it, and you'll see within that extracted folder that you'll see a DWG and PDF folder. If you extract the PDF, you'll see the PDF come up that says Plan Set. You double click that. Let's make some room here. And you'll see a PDF version of the permit plan set ready to go. If you feel comfortable with everything here, you can go ahead and take this and submit it directly to your jurisdiction. So here is our site plan. You'll see our property lines are automatically here. Our dimensions of property lines are here, our roof is here, our system summary, and our governing codes on the left-hand side are here as well. On the right-hand side, you'll see the satellite image and vicinity map. On page 2, you'll see that the rafters are auto-drawn, you'll see that the fire setbacks are here, and you'll see the BOS is all here for you. On page 3, you'll see that there's the attachment detail, and it has our full detail of how we're going to be attaching our system to our roof. Page 4 is our single line diagram. Remember, we selected a full home backup, meaning we have our system controller in front of our main service panel here. From there, we'll go to our 3-line diagram here as well, and our AC wire details, which shows exactly how we did all of our calculations. So if you need an EE stamp or an electrical engineer stamp, they can quickly hop to this page and check how all the calculations were done before approving. We have all of our placards here. We are in California, so these are the CEC placards. However, if you were anywhere else in the US, we would call out the appropriate NEC placards based on the jurisdiction's year that they are following. Next, we have all of our PDFs here, our cut sheets for the specs that we've used. So we have our module spec sheet, inverter spec sheet, battery spec sheet, combiner, our system controller, and our racking material all here for you. Thank you very much. But before we hop off, I want to show you one more thing. In this folder, remember, we had the PDF, but we also have the DWG. If there's anything you want to change and you have access to an AutoCAD editor, you can open up this DWG file directly in AutoCAD, and you'll have the full permit plan set that's completely editable here for you. It looks exactly the same as a PDF, except you can actually make changes. So if you want to add a line or delete something, you can. You also have access to all of our blocks. So if you go to page 4, where the single line diagram is, and let's just say you don't want this disconnect anymore, you can just delete it. Or maybe you want to make it fused, you can always also do that. But make sure if you make any manual changes in the CAD file that these changes are consistent throughout the entire plan set. The safer option is always to make your changes directly in SolarGraph and regenerate the permit plan set. So that is all. Thank you guys all so much for your time. We're really excited to get this feature out for you.